They made you laugh. They made you cry. They gave you hard gas. You welcomed them into your home whether you liked it or not. They are Canada's most successful variety show hosts. But who are Hank and Ralphette? Tonight we delve into the complicated and confusing pasts of the dynamic duo you grew to love. This is the E-True Hollywood story of Hank and Ralphette. Behind the Maple, the origin of Hank and Ralphette. Let's hit it! Hankeford Saskatchewan Sullivan was born in Toronto on January 12, 1973. Well, I was born on an unseasonably warm Toronto evening. I believe it was negative 10 degrees centigrade. I was later told that the doctors were wearing swimwear, but even then, they were still sweating up a storm. When they told my father that I was a boy, he stood up and started screaming and throwing chairs in a fit of anger. He really wanted a girl. Oh, how he wanted a girl. Hank's parents did not need to cope with their disappointment for long. On the day that the Sullivan family were discharged from the hospital, Francine and Sergey Sullivan were viciously attacked by a gaggle of carnivorous rabbits. Yeah, I never really knew my real parents, but I don't actually feel any animosity toward the rabbits who killed them either. In fact, they actually took me in and raised me as their own. They taught me the ways of the rabbit, how they think, how they feel. 10 years later and 9,000 kilometers away, the Horton family welcomes the newest addition to their fast food restaurant empire. Ralphettina Penelope Sarah Gertrude Angela Horton.
Is it on?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Oh, it is? Okay. Hi there, I'm Ralphette, and I think I would be perfect for MTV's The Real World Alberta because I am sassy, I am single, and I don't give a fuck.
From a young age, Ralphette was assessed with a genius IQ of 185. At the age of 3, Ralphette wrote a 3-hour-long rock opera on the secret life of Socks called Socks. The opera would later be made into a Pixar short. Socks was an instant international box office hit, grossing around $700 million in the first month, a record for that time.
Socks, 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 here are the socks, there are the socks, there are the socks, there are the socks, and they smell like fish.
During their high school years, Hank and Ralphette started to show some early signs of wanting to be in the limelight. Well, I actually became really interested in the drama club, I was even Stanley in our version of A Streetcar Named Desire. We had a moose play Stella. It was really, really great. It took the stress out of school. I didn't really get good grades. I kind of just squeezed by with D's and C's. Acting was really the only thing that made me feel like I mattered. At 17, I even dropped out of high school to move to Hollywood to give it a chance, At 17, however, Ralphette had just finished her graduate dissertation on quantum mechanics, all the while simultaneously playing piano recitals at Carnegie Hall and frequently flying back and forth between New York and China in order to manage her fashion empire.
Well, so I made my money by starting a shrimping business, and we had a whole fleet of boats, and we called them Jennies, and we called the company the Bubby Gump Shrimp Company.
You're describing a scene from the 1994 movie Forrest Gump.
Well, maybe, I don't know. But, hey, do you have any ice cream?
It wasn't until 2010, when Canada's only television network, Channel 4, decided to host a Christmas variety show, that Hank and Ralphette's lives would change forever. The project was led by legendary television producer Scott Henderson. I auditioned for this reality show not really knowing what to expect, eh? I already failed as an actor. I kind of figured this was my last chance to really make something of myself, eh?
I remember it so clearly. I walked straight up to that casting agent, looked him right in the eye and said, "Where is your bathroom? I need to feed my ferret."
Yeah, that's not true. She actually came in and recited the first few paragraphs of the Iliad. Even switched between Greek and Latin. Plus, she was on the board of directors for Channel 4, so, it's kind of slam dunk. Oh yeah, I remember meeting Ralphette for the first time. She just walked straight up to me and said, "Do you have a quarter? I forgot to wear socks today."
Here's a tip for all the little children and the little moose babies watching back home. Always remember to wear socks on national television.
Oh yeah, I really was trying to take this job seriously. This was supposed to be my shot at the big leagues. I really resented Ralphette for really turning this big opportunity for me into a joke. Yeah, she was a little unorthodox, but hey, that little screwball brought in about 60 million viewers a night, so, Tensions between Hank and Ralphette skyrocketed when only Ralphette was nominated for a Gemini for Most Beloved Canadian Television Personality, an award now known as the Ralphette. Oh, when Ralphette got that Gemini, I completely lost it. I was only receiving about $10,000 Canadian, which is, roughly about $30 US, eh? All I wanted was a raise. The show had become so wildly successful, but Channel 4 refused. Scott Henderson said there was, no money in the budget. But you know what? I went up to him and I said, if I don't get the respect I deserve, then I quit, eh? Well, I told Hank, I'm sorry you feel that way, but, if you feel like you need to quit, I understand. Plus, I figured that Ralphette could host the show on her own. However, Channel 4 had to make other arrangements after Ralphette was invited by Harvard University in order to give a series of lectures on the influence of modernist poetry on popular culture and politics.
Oh, what a year, eh? I remember Ronald Reagan was the president of Brazil, and it was the summer of love. What a good year to be a recent Yale Law graduate, I was working for the Children's Defense Fund at the time, and what a good summer, eh?
What the fuck are you talking about? Well, when Ralphette said that she couldn't host the show, we understood, but we really needed to find a replacement fast. So, we found like this knockoff version in Germany. So we aired it. That's why we aired the A Very German Christmas Special, yeah. Eventually, the network decided to give Hank a raise and a producer credit on the show, and Hank agreed to return. Yeah, I think we bumped up his contract to about $60,000 per special, but, we really couldn't afford to give him any more. Ralphette was really expensive. I think by the end we were paying her about $800,000 per episode. She made how much? What the fuck?
Well, a lot of that money was spent trying to build the perfect animatronic squirrel.
After years of working together, in December 2015, A Very Canadian Christmas Special was canceled. So where are they now? Oh yeah, so I've started my own clothing line for dogs, eh? We have a catchphrase, it's really good. It's, "We'll make your canine look fine." Business is a little slow, but we're getting there, eh? After the show ended, Ralphette has since started a company that produces alarm clocks that wake you up half an hour late. Since then, Ralphette has been labeled one of Canada's top 10 most successful women under 50 by Forbes magazine. Ralphette has also dedicated a lot of her time to her charity work, which provides HIV medication to impoverished people across the globe. Thanks to Ralphette's efforts, the global HIV/AIDS mortality rate has decreased by 35%.
Well, I guess people were pretty impressed by my entrepreneurial work, eh? In fact, I was even nominated for a Nobel Prize.
Don't you mean the Nobel Prize?
Well, I don't actually know. Hey, who wants to see me set my pants on fire?
Hank and Ralphette, two entertainers from very different worlds whose paths happen to meet. Throughout the years, we've welcomed them into our homes and they've become a part of our families. This has been the E-True Hollywood story of Hank and Ralphette. Enjoy the skit, eh? Camera's off, eh? They're not watching anymore. You don't have to keep going, eh? They're not. They went to the skit.
Why, hello there. My name is Ralphette, and I will be your Canadian today.
Ralphette, your lines are so stupid.
In fact, I was even nominated for a nominee prize.